Hey man, the Stupid Divorce YouTube and or Twitch stations. Nicholas Villar is here, aka Super Divorce, and welcome to tonight's edition of Sega Mania. Now, Sega Mania is a live streaming, internet-based video game program in which we are celebrating the fantastic fan-run, fan-created, fan-funded, fan-supported Sega Mania magazine. It was also a very professional magazine, one that I wish were still around. It had to say goodbye. I know why that is now. For many months, I was perplexed as to what happened to Sega Mania magazine. I know the full story now, and I intend to tell you about it in detail. And I'll do that at some point, but just not tonight. Because you see, tonight we're here on episode number 47 to play a little game called Dungeons & Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun. This is the 47th game in the Sega Mania series, or Sega Mania series. It's the 47th game reviewed in the pages of Sega Mania magazine. Because you see, what we're doing here on Sega Mania is working our way through every game reviewed in the pages of Sega Mania magazine. We started with the very first review in the very first issue of Sega Mania. That was a game called Strider on the Mega Drive and or Genesis, whatever you want to say. And here we are tonight. We've worked our way through issues 1, 2, now we're into issue number 3 with the 47th review. This game right here, Dungeons & Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun. Hey Jess, well thanks for stopping in and popping in for just a sec. I like to go ahead and give you guys just a few pineapple tidbits about the games we play before we read the Sega Mania review and before we play the game here ourselves. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a few pineapple tidbits for you. A few fun facts about Dungeons & Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun on the Sega Mega Drive. This one was published by Sega, developed by the famous Westwood Studios, designed by Westwood co-founder Louis Castle. Louis, whichever you prefer. I've heard it both ways. Louis is known for 1997's Blade Runner point and click and several of the Command and Conquer games, some of the most celebrated RTS games ever created. Though I'm going to be honest, I've never played any of them. Just never was a big RTS guy. I dabbled a few times. Not in the Command and Conquer series, but over the years I've tried a few here and there. It's just not one of those genres that I ever felt drawn to. You know, maybe I just never played the right one. Maybe I should try Command and Conquer sometime. Maybe I will. Anyhow, Louis, following Westwood, later became the VP of Zynga Games. You guys know Zynga? You ever hear of Farmville? How about Words with Friends? Yeah, he went on to become the VP of Zynga back in, I think, 2009 through 2011. Fun fact about Zynga, a little sidebar. It is estimated that about 10% of the world's population, not the US population, not 10% of the United States, not 10% of Canada, not 10% of the UK, 10% of human beings play Zynga games. on their cellular telephones. Pretty amazing. Regardless of what you feel about Zynga, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of gamers. Do you consider all those people gamers? Are you a gamer if you play Words with Friends on your telephone? I mean, technically, you're playing a game. You're playing a video game. Louis is now the head of Relentless Studios, formerly known as Amazon Game Studios Seattle. That's what he's up to now. From Westwood and Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun on Genesis Mega Drive, all the way here in Year of Our Lord 2023, heading up Amazon Game Studios, Relentless Studios. Louis, now here's something interesting.
You hear about this one, Cap? Echo the Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin's Louis' co-designer on this game, on Warriors of the Eternal Sun. His co-designer was E. Ettore Annunziata, or Big Ed. His friends like to call him Big Ed. Big Ed Annunziata. Creator of Echo the Dolphin. What a pair, huh? Who'd have thunk it that the creator of Echo the Dolphin and a man so well known for his real-time strategy games, Command and Conquer, and the Blade Runner point and click, and all these classic games at Westwood, these two guys once worked together on a Dungeons and Dragons game for the Sega Mega Drive, the Sega Genesis, which, by the way, is the only official D&D game for the Genesis/Mega Drive. This one right here. If you're looking for a D&D game, not a D&D-like game, not a sort of spiritual tie-in, not a headcanon tie-in, but an actual D&D licensed game, this is the only one. Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun. And it takes place in Mystara, which was the setting for most D&D campaigns throughout the 80s and 90s, I'm told. Until the, if I'm correct, the second edition of Advanced D&D kind of took its footing, became the go-to for many players, and then eventually this one was left by the wayside, stopped being officially supported by players and the big wigs alike. But anyway, there you go. A few pineapple tidbits about Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun on the Mega Drive / Genesis. Looking over at the chat now. Mr. Jorfus is here. Hello, Mr. Jorfus. Garg Dargus is here. Carrot's here. He's a little late. That's all right. No big deal. Garg said I tested the write function on my game save backup thing on Mario Party 3 and didn't realize the save was current, so I have to get all 13 S ranks on super hard again. It sounds like a pain in the ass when there are so many other games that you probably want to get to and play. Having to retread, go back over your steps. It's never fun. So, Mr. Jorfus' joke of the night coming up here before we check out the Sega Mania magazine review of this game, which I'm going to flip open to after I grab my floppy copy of issue number 3 here. And as I flip open to page number 28, I'm going to ask you to please take a look at your television set here. And I have conveniently placed upon the television set a graphic of this review. You can read along right there, or you can click on the link in the description below, head on over to the Sega Mania Magazine online archive, and digitally flip, not to page 28 like me, but to page 30. It's different in the digital copy for this one. Digitally flip to page number 30 and you will see the review. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can flip forwards or backwards in the magazine. Just be warned, if you flip ahead, you will get spoilers. In fact, if you flip open to this review, you're going to see a spoiler of whatever we're playing next, because this Dungeons and Dragons review takes up the full left page, and of course when you flip open the magazine you will see the right page as well, which will show you what we're going to be playing next time. So if you don't like spoilers, then don't flip ahead, but if you don't care about that kind of shit, then go ahead, flip forwards and backwards all you want to. You can read every issue of Sega Mania magazine in the online archive, and you know, if you don't care too much about spoilers, I highly recommend you go ahead and check it out. Read through the whole thing, all of them. Mr. Jorf says, joke of the night. He says, what do you call a 1,000-year-old fae? Answer, a millennialf. Great job. Thank you for that. Mr. Jorfus rolls in here with these topical dad jokes in just about every stream, and we very much appreciate it. And I hope that he'll be with us for many episodes to come, for all of them, and beyond, for whatever happens after Sega Mania. What's that going to be? I don't know. Okay. Now then, let's read tonight's review. Let's see what Sega Mania had to say about Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun, and in particular, let's see what Sega Mania journalist Simon Pike has to say about this game. A castle and its inhabitants have been mysteriously transported to a strange realm at the crucial point of a battle between the Duke's forces and a horde of goblins. This new land is surrounded by impossibly tall cliffs and inhabited by a bizarre mix of savage creatures and unusual civilizations. And above it all, the eternal sun throbs. It's up there throbbing, pulsing, with a maddening red light. Your task, adventurers, is to explore this strange land and solve its mysteries, while finding allies for the Duke. But do not tarry, for this accursed sun is having a strange effect on our people, and some of them are whispering of turning against you. It's an interesting setup, and if you are sitting around a table in a darkened room and were presented with it by an enthusiastic dungeon master, preferably wearing some kind of cowl, you'd likely be thoroughly enthralled. But new players dropping into Warriors of the Eternal Sun for the first time might find that the slower pace and the menu-driven gameplay doesn't hold their attention. Having said that, there is definitely an interesting adventure to be had here, but be warned, it's the sort of game that will gleefully punish the unprepared. There are 3 main modes of play: exploration, turn-based combat, and dungeon crawling. The exploration and turn-based combat use a somewhat janky isometric view, while the dungeon crawling will switch things up to a first-person view. Interestingly, enemies met in these first-person sections will attack you in real time, while battles that unfold while exploring the map in the isometric view will use a more traditional D&D turn-based style, where players are able to carefully plan their moves. It's an interesting design choice that almost makes it feel like 2 games in 1, though part of me wished they'd stuck to one idea or the other for simplicity's sake. The graphics are bright and clear throughout, however, and both the map sections and the first-person sections are visually impressive. In fact, it's difficult to fault the developers of Warriors of the Eternal Sun at all. They've had a really good crack at taking the character creation, combat, detail, and freedom of D&D and squishing it all onto a Mega Drive cartridge. But in the end, it doesn't quite live up to its premise. The game is initially very confusing, even to a D&D veteran. And there are other epic adventures out there that, while influenced in one way or another by Gary Gygax's iconic creation, are much better suited to our television screens and game controllers. Maybe in the future, there will be a game that will really be able to make use of the Dungeons and Dragons rule set and become something truly great. Maybe it will be called, say, Baldur's Gate? But until then, there are more accessible options out there for your role-playing hit. Still interested in solving the mystery of the Eternal Sun? Only the most patient adventurers need apply. And then down here, it says, we've got like a little additional box, an addendum, if you will. It says, is it just me, or... Alright, we need to talk about the isometric view when exploring the map. Now, I've played plenty of isometric games before, but something about this one just throws me off. Everything seems to be leaning the wrong way, and it's almost as if the world is upside down and you're being forced to look at it while being suspended from the ceiling. I know our heroes have been transported to a strange and disorienting world, and maybe this was a conscious decision to relay that feeling, but I could do without the nausea. Thanks. There you go. That's what Simon Pike had to say about this game. So now we're going to give it a shot, please, and see how we feel here on the Super Divorce station. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Just gonna fire it up here in 1 sec. Carrot says Dungeon Master Nick, and Jorfa said that voice you make just fits so well. Well, thank you. I was trying to get into the in the mood of D&D. You know? Yep. We'll see. It's fact or cap time. Give it a shot, please. Let's go. Our 30 minutes starts now. We will now be playing this game for the next 30 minutes at least before we can decide if the Sega Mania review is fact or cap. Hey, that's a nice sounding introduction tune. It's very like 80s montage-y. I was expecting something a little more like in the fantasy realm, but it's pretty rockin'. Much more rockin' than I expected. All right, we'll just use the default party. Garrick says, I'm not a big fan of old-timey Western-style dungeon crawler RPGs. That's a lot of adjectives. That's okay. That's okay. You're just being descriptive. But Garg says, I know these games. Sega CD had D&D Eye of the Beholder, for instance. Never played that one. Alright, so here we go. What do you think of this view? Simon Pike said this view was kind of disorienting. Something about it is strange. Yeah, I kind of see what he's talking about. Is it... I don't know if it's technically incorrect, but something about it looks strange. My eyes and brain seem to like want it to be different than it is. But since I'm staring at it, I can't tell you exactly what's wrong. Maybe if I looked at a picture side by side of this versus like another game of its type, then I'd be able to tell you. But I do like the tunes, that's correct. Okay. Who is this? Who's talking right now? Is this the king that I'm talking to? He's telling me we're in a strange new world. There's a new enemy here. Our people need allies to survive. So you have been chosen to explore our surroundings. Serve me well and bring me allies, and I will reward you. So what do I, okay, so what the C button switches between my characters. It seems as though the knight character is always in the front. I can't really do anything else at the moment. Good luck on your journeys! If I walk up to someone, it seems like I just automatically speak with them. The Beastmen come from the north. Ah, Skeletor! Multiple Beastmen. You are in a guard tower. Oh, so this is the first-person view that they were talking about. Interesting that you switch to first-person mode when you are in a guard tower. A hatch bolted from the other side leads to the roof. So I guess I can't get in there? Yeah? What is that? What did I just do? I guess I've got a lady with white hair over here, and it seems like I just used her magic. For some reason or no reason, I don't know what happened. I guess I should just leave because I can't proceed. The Beastmen bear ancient markings. Okay. So we should, are we supposed to go find the Beastmen? Hit start for camp. My inventory. Check on my stuff here. Assign A or B to item. Sword. Items carried. Okay. Seems like I don't have much to choose from right now. So I'll just get out of there. Let me view my map. See how this looks. There I am at the castle in the center of the screen, kind of reminiscent of the old Hyrule map. Garg says that first-person view was the key difference between Western developed and Japanese developed RPGs of the time. So you weren't likely to see the first-person view in a JRPG back then. Okay, how about, I wonder if we'll find anything cool here in the... He quenched his thirst, but the water was cursed. Oh, we read the, Here lies poor Mel. He cast the wrong spell. This is fun. We can read the funny gravestones. What do you want on your tombstone? Pepperoni and sausage. Remember those commercials for Tombstone Pizza? He boasted of his might, but death was his plight. This dwarf was much feared till he tripped on his beard. Eric was given to Rome. All that's left is this stone. Poor Eric. He's dead, Jim. Here lies Todd. He angered a god. They came, they saw, they died. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. This spot is reserved for Cassandra. Here lies Dwight, a knight he did smite. Here lies Louise, a thief shouldn't sneeze. Many ladies he cherished, and now he has perished. Ooh. Might have suffered from a venereal disease of some sort. You know, gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for that. You know? There are consequences. Consequences to fooling around, being too promiscuous. You gotta be careful out there. What else we have here? That's the first one we saw. I guess with these... Oh. His wandering eyes soon cause his demise. Gotta be careful checking out the wrong chick. That could mean that maybe his wife caught him checking out another chick, and maybe she poisoned him at that night's dinner because she was such a jealous bitch. We could just say that. She'd be a jealous bitch. She couldn't even handle him glancing across the room. Or maybe he was killed by the lady's husband or boyfriend, who caught him staring from across the room, and he just came over and ran him through. But to me, you know, that's always been like a compliment. If you see someone's not, you know, being overly zealous, you catch someone eyeballing your lady friend from across the way, it's like, well, that means you've landed a lady who others find attractive, and what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Why would you get mad at that? Unless you're threatened. Unless you feel like your girlfriend is going to notice that this man's looking at her, and you're such a wretched son of a bitch that she's gonna leave you if she notices too. I don't know. What is that, a monkey? A monkey hanging out on that little platform there? Some spells don't work in this new land. Well, that's kind of lazy. Well, not all of them have jokes, it seems. I wish they all did. That would be better. But I appreciate that they put some in there. Okay, what is this place? Is this a church?
Good luck on your journeys.
Thanks. There are no sick or hurt among you, but my blessing I leave with you. So maybe we can come back here and heal if we need tos. Probably be good to remember. Let me check my map again. Okay. Maybe I'll go across that bridge. Seems like it might be a good idea. Well, I gotta go the right way first. Oh, nope, no. Now it won't let me zoom in further, so I'm gonna have to just try and find my way out of here first. Maybe it's not that way. I want to get out of the damn castle area. That was 9 minutes of grave checking. Wow. Oh. Alright. We've got a music change. So that means we should be ready for adventuring. Let's get into a fight. You are engaged by Boar. Hold on. Just gotta walk his ass over here. Yeah. Good sound effect. I like that. It's unique. Okay, and then back to it. Alright. Where are we on our map now? No, there. Yeah, I was gonna try and go across that bridge. So let me head left and around the castle wall to the left. Let's do that. Let's go this way, guys. Let's go this way, guys. Oh, we got some snakes. You are engaged by Giant Racer. Okay. Okay, I gotta... Maybe if we stab from behind, we'll get some extra damage on that guy. Well, let's bring him... It's interesting, you know, usually in games that... Because it feels a little tactics-y, tactics-ish. But they don't have, like, the square grid laid out. They just let you move around. And then you stop when you think you're in a good position. And then you can kind of give it a shot, please, like that. But we didn't hit from behind that time, so maybe... Oh, we missed. Can I bring this guy around? It won't let me bring him all the way around. And I can't... Oh, there. That's good. I thought that I was going to be blocked by that stick. Got him. Uh-oh. Party member down. How do you miss that? Wow. Okay. All right. So we've got one party member who has fallen in battle. But I wonder if we camp. How does this work? Save game. You cannot rest now. Monsters are near. Ah, of course. Very well. We'll just walk it down this way. View my map again. Getting closer to the bridge I'm trying to find. Jorphus likes how you can move the characters to fight. It's an interesting hybrid, isn't it? Normally in a turn-based game like this, you're either, like I said, in a tactics kind of scenario. And I'm going to avoid these guys because I don't like my chances. I'd like to find maybe a few more single enemy fights to take on before I start engaging in group battle. My party seems pretty weak right now. But anyway, what I was saying is normally in a game like this, you would either have like a kind of, you know, grid that your guys are locked into. And you have to fight that way, fight on the grid in like the back and forth turn-based style. Or you're just staring across the screen at one another, kind of like in an early Final Fantasy game. And just trade blows back and forth. This is an interesting hybrid. I don't know if I've seen anything quite like it before. For now, Jorphus could give it a 900 Mr. Jorphuses out of the possible 1,000. That's a strong score so far. Hold on. Oops. Alright, another change in... oh, let's take this guy on. I think we can do this. We're engaged by Dire Wolf. Head around to his backside. Now we're gonna flank him like this. Miss. Weak. Alright, how about a just full frontal assault? Oh! Oh, how'd you miss that? What the fuck? Okay, a lot of misses. I'm noticing that. Wow. Alright, well. What the fuck? You for real? Holy shit. What is going on? Oh wait, so hold on. Maybe. Well, I don't even know. There, I finally got him. Hmm. Well, I don't know if it's got to save, but I don't know if I should save right now. I guess if I don't, I'm gonna have to start the whole thing over again. Game saved. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. You know, I understand in games like this, yeah, sometimes your player's gonna miss. You're just not gonna make that connection like you want. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to try and get back to the castle for now and try and heal up. Go and talk to that guy. Because if I don't, I think it's going to be not good. Try and stick by the castle wall. And hopefully I don't run into any enemies or get ambushed, because I'm not going to survive another battle. Even with like a piece of shit enemy. Because it seems like, I mean, it's a very, very high likelihood that you're going to miss. I feel like acceptable range is maybe you miss 10%. That might even be high. Maybe 5% of the time. If you're like up close in a monster's face doing a melee attack, that should be, you know, a pretty much guaranteed hit almost every time. Now, if you're dealing with like an archer, or you're casting a spell and you're further away, you're trying to do a ranged attack, I can understand having a higher instance of failing to connect with your attack. But if you're in the damn shit's face, man, that shouldn't be difficult. Now, I seem to have missed the entrance. There it is. Alright, let me go to the church and see if I can heal up. That's what the guy made it seem like. Seemed like I should come there if I needed healed, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see. I see some of your party have been injured. I will heal them for you. Thank you. There we go. Now that's what I wanted to do. Let me check something else out real quick. See my inventory. I have 130 gold. Alright, I have to give him his sword back. And, those blocks are weird. It looks like I should be able to equip the sword and the shield. Assign the sword to the left block and then the shield to the right block. But I'm trying to figure out how I can do that. She's already got her thing right there equipped. This guy, I can give him that. It's only let me choose one or the other. So do we have to maybe unlock that second block at some point when you level up? Assign A or B to ability. Oh, there we go. Well, I thought I tried that before and it didn't work. Okay, now, let me go back here and do this. See, it doesn't work over here. Alright, let me explain what just happened. So when I clicked on whatever this ability is right here, when I pressed the B button, that moved it into the right slot, into that right block. I equipped, well, the dagger was already equipped. When I pressed B, that moved the ability over into the right. So perhaps abilities are equipped with B and items are equipped with A. But right up there it says assign A or B to item or ability. See, it lets me do both for her. Garg says, despite not being a fan of the genre, this is a 900 game. 900 out of 1,000 so far for Garg Dargus. I think it's pretty pleasant. I'm gonna be honest. This is another game that I'd never heard of until I read Sega Mania magazine. Never one that I mean, I don't even remember. A lot of games like I will have heard of. I remember seeing them in the video store or something like that as a kid. I don't remember ever seeing this game before. So we'll go ahead and save here. And now let's venture back out and see if perhaps we can make it a bit further. Go back across that bridge and try our hand at some more battling. Now we don't have to be so frightened. I will say that compared to like a Final Fantasy, where you oftentimes get the old surprise attack, you're just walking along and then whoosh, you're sucked up into the screen spiral because, you know, there's just the random enemy encounters. You don't know where they're going to be. Unlike in this game, you can actually see the enemies on the screen moving around before you're drawn into an encounter. As long as you stay far enough away, you can avoid fighting them. Not the case in a game like Final Fantasy, or at least in certain ones, you know. But yeah, this is very well made. Very well made. The Westwood Studios pedigree is shining through in this one, and it really feels a lot like a PC game, which is a good thing. Because I feel like games like this just feels like an old PC game to me. It doesn't feel like a game that you would expect to be on the Mega Drive or the Genesis. You are engaged by Giant Racer. All right. Oh man, already. Jeez. So hit start for camp. What? Oh, hold on a second. Is this target? Okay. So I wonder if no. I'm trying to cast that spell. The skull spell. There. It didn't seem to do anything. Well, at least we took care of him. I don't know what this, what is this thing? What do we got going on here? That's something that I would want to cast on my friends. So no, we're not going to do that. Of course, we want to attack. Got rid of him. Okay. Alright, we can keep going. We'll keep adventuring down one player. Christopher and Cassandra are worried about crossing the bridge. I mean, do they think we're not ready? Oh, look at all these guys. Whoa, maybe we shouldn't do that. Those must be the Beastmen. Oh, okay. It looks we're engaged by hairy beastmen. Do I have to fight all of them? Well, they can't get me from over there. Maybe I should try and... Can we just run? No, we'll stand our ground. We'll try to fight them. I'm not going to run from the hairy beast men. No. No. We'll do that. Miss. Of course. Miss again. Look at us. Everyone sucks. Except that guy. Okay, can't walk around. Let me see if I can go around here. Try and take this guy from behind. No, this one. Nope, another miss. Jeez, look at all... That's probably my... Well, no, probably about it. That is my biggest complaint. Look at that. Like, right here. Boom, boom. Boom. I guess at least they're missing too, but still. Seems ridiculous. Again! Okay, that's silly. Man. Yeah, the number of misses is just like ruining it. It's ruining the combat. It's ridiculous. Why does everyone suck so bad? We're standing like less than... We're basically face to face with all these guys. Wow, finally. And then back to the missing. Back to the absolutely whiffing when trying to stab someone who is within arm's reach. Not moving. I guess the cast has been drinking. They've been imbibing a bit too much grog at the local tavern. Well, we took down the Beastmen. Do we have to like go over here and fight these other guys now? Looks like we do. Hold on a second. Let me see something here. So if I'm staring at these dudes from across the water, I wonder if I can just cast my death spell. No. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I just don't know what that does. Won't let me use whatever that thing is. It's like a set of eyeballs with like a hand in front of it, like peeking over something. What's going on here? That's what it looks like. I don't know what that's supposed to signify. And obviously can't hit them with my sword from over here, so you guys just go ahead. I can't do anything else. I can attempt to flee. Why don't I do that? You did not escape from the enemies. Let me try again. How about again? How about again? How about again? about if we get far enough away? Then, no. Okay, it won't let me use my spell from over here. I'm trying to figure out how I can just change. Let's just leave. Alright, we got away. Jorf said 30 minutes, but this game is good, so keep playing a bit more. Alright, just a bit. Because well, I guess I'll heal again and see if perhaps maybe I can buy an upgrade of some sort. Maybe some extra weaponry. Maybe a nice heavy tunic. Or some chainmail greaves. Something to help me out here, because I haven't noticed any leveling up yet. Next level, 1236. Level 1. Like, we have a lot of leveling up to do before we even get to level 2. Let me go and heal again. And this time, I'll try and stay a little closer to the castle and see if the enemies are a bit easier to deal with. Those beastmen were pretty rough. I don't think I'm ready for them yet. No, let me save. Game saved. Nice sound effects. I like the sound effects here. Have to re-equip your weaponry after you die. Something to remember. And yeah, I see some weapons in here. Caravan shop. I'm sorry, but due to our relocation, I don't have any caravans planned. Please come back later. I'm not trying to get in your caravan. Let me go down here. It looks like he's splitting a space with the weapons dealer. Welcome. I'm sorry, but due to the recent war, my stock is low. How may I help you today? Well, I wanted to buy something. What you got? Does this mean they cost 5, 3, and 2? Well, everyone's got a weapon already. So I suppose I don't need any of this shit. Let's just leave. This guy sucks. You got a shitty shop, bruh. Don't blame it on the war. You gotta get out there. You gotta pedal the pavement. Get those kicks pumping. Find yourself some stock. Because adventurers, when they come in looking for something, they're not going to care. Oh, you don't have any stock because of the war? Well, guess what? We've got to go adventuring during the war. Huh? Who's got it rougher? You tell me. Oh, look at this. Giant crab. You are engaged by Giant Crab. I was right. That's what I called him. I got his name perfect without even seeing him before. Giant Crab and Giant Leech. All right. Wow. That was a big hit. Of course I had to miss. And a miss again. And a miss again. Oh, look at that. Everybody missed. And then he missed 2 times. And then we missed again. And then we missed again. And we missed what's the fucking point of having combat? If it's going to be that hard to even make contact. That's incredible. What is going on right now? What? What is this shit? We just can't hit the crab? We couldn't hit a crab. A giant crab just standing there on the ground right in front of us. And not one person can even hit him once. What in the absolute shit? Well, that's it. Your entire party has been defeated. The townspeople went berserk and destroyed what was left of your culture. Well, you know what? After that, I get it. I get it. I understand why they did what they did. They were watching Anthony, Ashley, Christopher, and Cassandra. They're watching from inside the castle walls. They saw, and they're like, look, those adventurers over there? They're going to save us. Those are the people that we're counting on to save the day. We're so lucky to have them coming out and putting their lives on the line to help us to save our king. Why can't they hit that crab? They're just letting the crab. Someone just died. Why aren't they? Two of them are dead. Why aren't they hitting the crab? There's only one left. What the fuck is happening right now? They just stood there and let this fucking crap. They're dead. They're all dead. What? They were supposed to save us. Well, all right. Well, fuck it. Let's all right. Yeah, you start over at the tavern. That fucking guy. I went over there earlier. He didn't have any fucking swords. He only had he had like one. Let's go fuck him up first. That guy pissed me off. And then it was just then chaos ensued. And you understand why. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense, really. That's that. Dungeons and Dragons, Warriors of the Eternal Sun. Unfortunately, I never got to see the throbbing sun that Simon Pike was talking about. The throbbing, engorged, anyway. Simon Pike. Let me revisit his review here. This new land is surrounded by impossibly tall cliffs, inhabited by a bizarre mix of savage creatures. I agree. We had crabes, we had beastmen, we had racers, leeches, all sorts of things and shit. So, yeah, he gets the description of the world right. Interesting setup. He said there's an interesting adventure to be had here, but be warned, it's the sort of game that will gleefully punish the unprepared. Well, I guess so. I guess so, eh? Because you step outside the castle grounds, and, you know, it's like, imagine starting Oblivion, and you take a couple steps into Tamriel, and then you're just waylaid by a mud crab. not only can you not damage it, you can't even connect with a single hit. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. I don't know what you have. Why in the world was it so difficult to make a single strike on that huge, huge crab? It'd be one thing if it was a tiny crab and it's sort of darting this way and that, burrowing down in the sand, getting away from you, and then popping up and then striking at you. You know, that would be... Then I could see that. But it was a huge, giant crab just standing there, not moving at all, and we couldn't even land a hit. Garg says 840 super crabs out of 1,000 possible super crabs. If he's not back before the stream ends, then bye. Well, thanks for being here. I'm glad that you got to experience this with us. And let me continue going through. Jorphus said, you know what? Because of a crab, 870 Mr. Jorphuses out of possible 1,000 Mr. Jorphuses. I'm going to guess that there's like something going on there. I mean, there has to be something that I was doing wrong. There's got to be some trick. Simon Pike knows something here. He says, it will gleefully punish the unprepared. Now, it's like, you can't have a game that's so well put together, that looks so nice, that has so much great music in it, nice atmosphere. I don't see how you can have all of that, and then you create a combat system where the player can whiff on a basic melee strike at point blank range like 10 times in a row until their entire party is dead. That doesn't make sense to me. There's something... If I had the manual here in front of me and I read through it, there would probably be some tip or trick, something about the combat, something about certain enemies. There'd have to be something there that would make sense of what just happened at the end of that little play session that we did there. I refuse to believe that they just said, wouldn't it be funny if sometimes the players just can't connect with a hit at point blank? Like, it can't just be that. I refuse to believe that. And I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to review it as if that's not the case. I'm taking that upon my shoulders, and I'm going to say what happened there has to be my fault, not having enough information on how to deal with enemies and combat in this game. There's something else that I could have done. Someplace else I should have gone. A certain attack that I should have used. Back to Simon Pike. He explains the main 3 modes of play: exploration, turn-based combat, and then dungeon crawling. We did see all of those. We didn't see the exploration, the dungeon crawling combat mode. We didn't see that, which I kind of wish we would have gotten to, but maybe some other time. Says the graphics are bright and clear throughout. Squoze a lot onto the Mega Drive cartridge. In the end, Simon Pike doesn't think it quite lives up to its premise, though. I don't know. You've got to take these games and sort of couch them in their time period when it came out. I don't remember playing anything else quite like this on the Mega Drive, on the Genesis. And I think that if I would have played it, maybe if I was patient enough, that I would have had fun with it. I would have been impressed by it. So, you know, you weren't expecting like a modern day Elder Scrolls game back in 1992. You would have been expecting probably something much more simplistic than this. So if you would have picked this up, you probably would have been blown away, I think. So that's only the most patient adventurers need apply, says Simon Pike. Well, I will agree there too. I will say that. So I don't know. I'd say I'm kind of half in, half out with Simon Pike on his review there. As for my score, overall, I'm counting it as a positive experience. It's definitely an above average game. It's not your average, just generic adventure game. It seems like there's quite a bit of depth there for a game like this on the Mega Drive, for a console RPG from that period. Yeah, seems pretty impressive. So, even though my combat experience was less than stellar, less than enjoyable, I'm still gonna give it 780 Super Divorces out of the possible 1,000 Super Divorces. If I would have played it, because I still look, this is still my experience. If I wanted to be a complete dick, you know, I'd be like, oh, the combat section, it sucks, you know, it ruins the whole game. Again, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here, and putting that on my shoulders, but I can't go above, I can't go all the way to 800 with what happened. But I'm not docking them several hundred points like maybe I could. I might be able to justify that if I was pissed off enough, if I was in a bad mood. But I'm not in a bad mood, so I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'll deduct a few points, but I'm not gonna take them all away. I'm not gonna knock it down too much. No, not average. That's well above average for me. Because I've said this before. Average on the Super Divorce scale is 500. And even 500, right in the middle. Right in the middle on the way to 1,000. That would be like average, extra average game. It's not really that good, but it's also not that bad. A 500 score from me is still probably worth playing, worth trying out. When you dip below 500, it means now you're wading into territory where either the game could have been good, but there was a feature in it that just absolutely broke it. It makes it not worth playing, where it's going to be impossible for you to have fun, or it's just super low effort and shitty, really awful controls or really awful visuals. Like they didn't care, didn't take their time. It was just something churned out, and they knew it was shit. That's the kind of stuff that you get into. That's below average. That's going to be like a below 500 type game. But if you're 500 or over, you're probably worth playing. And 780 that's a good game. That's a solid game. 700 and above, that's like, yeah, you should play this for sure. Enthusiastically. And enthusiastic, give it a shot, please. Alright. So there you go. Oh, and oh boy, let me look. What do we got coming up next time? Next time, we are going to be sticking with the Mega Drive. We'll have another Mega Drive game coming up, and we're going to be heading back to the world of Disney. So there's a little clue for you, a little something to look forward to. Please look forward to that. If you haven't done so, please sub to the channel, bong the gong, hit that notifications bell so you know when new videos go live, so you know when I go live, maybe, if YouTube feels like alerting you, if they feel like it. They don't always. Sometimes they do. That's how you can maybe be notified. Like this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, then dislike it. And feel free to talk shit in the comments below. Or if you liked the video, leave a nice comment. Also, feel free to leave a completely unrelated comment. Could be a request for a future video, a game you'd like to see on the channel, a comment, a concern. The comment section is your oyster, so crack it open, slam it down with some cocktail sauce, and then, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at SuperDivorce, on Instagram at SuperDivorceBand. And if you're looking for some tunes to listen to, some nice fresh tunes, you can find Super Divorce Music. I play music from time to time, and you can find it streaming on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Wherever you stream your horse shit, you can find Super Divorce. So type in Super Divorce, pick a song, and give it a shot, please. Thank you to all the lurking lurkers out there. If you are watching this video from the shadows, just lurking, thank you. However, I always try to extend the nicety of inviting you to join in the chats, either on YouTube or Twitch. Any stream you want. You don't have to lurk in the shadows. If you're more comfortable back there, then that's fine. I'm not yelling at you. I won't ask you to go away. You're more than welcome to stand in the shadows and watch. But if you want to get involved in the chat, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and you're always welcome. And that takes me to my chatty Cathys, who are in the chats, chatting away, chitter-chattering, engaging in banter, keeping things lively and fresh and fun. Thank you all for being here. That's about all for this evening. So until next time, my friends, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.